Fuck off with that. No, it's not. The autopilot has to work. Amazonas 888 ready to copy IFR clearance.
Amazonas 888 is cleared to Sierra Bravo Bravo Romeo, fly the Omni departure, then as filed. Expect departure runway 07. Climb to flight level 060 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 3634.
Amazonas 888 is cleared to Sierra Bravo Bravo Romeo, fly the Omni departure, then as filed. Climb to flight level 060 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 3634.
Amazonas 888 read back correct. Contact us for IFR release when number 1 for departure.
Will contact you for IFR release. Amazonas 888.
American 2546, maintain 200 knots until Mavic. After Mavic, comply with the approach. Contact 1975.
1975 after Mavic, comply with the approach. American 2546.
I don't know why it went into this weird overspeed. Well, for some reason it is super touchy and not very responsive at all to whatever changes I'm trying to, like, I literally, actually, you know what the problem is I can't use any real hand controls, so I'm trying to spin fucking wheels with a mouse while the thing is just going, like, everything is happening too fast. That's what's basically going on. It's happening too fast for me. That's what it boils down to. Oh, fuck this. Okay. Well, we're not going to get pushed back this time. That's fine. What else do we need to do? We've done that. I think we've done this. Oh, the yaw dampers. I thought we did that already. Yes. APU is on. We'll get the beacon and the fuel pumps going, and we'll start up the engines. At least I'm getting some practice doing this stuff. We'll just turn all the lights on now. Okay. No, it's not a matter. The nav part is not the problem. Nav, so FMS or nav is just the the horizontal direction, so left and right. That's not a problem. The problem is the up and down, and I don't know what happened to the engine there, but it just blew way over the top. Amazonas 888, ready for RFR clearance, runway 07.
Amazonas 888 is cleared to Sierra Bravo Bravo Romeo, fly the Omni departure, then as filed. Expect departure runway 07. Climb to flight level 060 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 3634.
So we're just going to have to try to slow
Amazonas
things way
888 is
down.
cleared to Sierra Bravo Bravo Romeo, fly the Omni departure, then as filed. Climb to flight level 060 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Squawk 3634.
The problem we have
Amazonas
there
888
was
read back
speed.
correct. Contact us for IFR release when number 1 for departure.
Will contact you for IFR release. Amazonas 888.
American 2547, contact approach control 121.2. Good day.
Amazonas 888, ready for IFR release, runway 07.
Amazonas 888, you are released for departure. Runway 07 after takeoff maintain heading 072 until above 3,300, then turn to intercept course. Climb and maintain flight level 060. Release for departure void at 105 Zulu. Advise with alternate intentions no later than 110 Zulu. Time now is 23:58 Zulu.
Amazonas 888 released for departure runway 07 after takeoff maintain heading 072 until above 3,300, then turn to course. Climb and maintain flight level 060. Release for departure void at 105 Zulu.
Okay. I'm missing the trims again. For some reason I never see those in the checklist.
Delta 387.
That we need to get ourselves disconnected from all the stuff here. No chocks, disconnected from power. And we should be able to turn off the APU. That circle fan is still going, that's fine. Probes, I keep forgetting the hydraulics every time I forget that. That should be on low, that is correct. All the lights are on. Okay, and nothing in the display. All green across the board. That is what we want.
16 for 124.1.
24.1.
So let's see if I can try this again. Amazing how tight of a turning rate. Oh, they put another plane right beside us. Okay. It's got an amazingly tight turning radius. It's kind of crazy. We're going to spend an extra moment at the end of the runway looking over the autopilot system to make sure that we have things right. I have a feeling that this takeoff mode keeps fucking me up. Because switching from the takeoff mode to the regular systems, that, I don't know, stuff always goes wrong when I do that. So, because I do want speed, because that is our initial climb, I do kind of want the heading, because that is runway heading, so I'm just going to leave those two on. I'm going to forego the takeoff mode, because all that really does is it gives me a target here that I don't really need. I would rather have, I think... So, the problem we ran into last time was that we got to they cleared us to 6,000 feet, and we got to 6,000 feet, and then I think my problem was I did not let go of the throttle, so we ended up leveling out, and we ended up speeding up way too fast, and basically blew the plane apart. So the problem was the throttle management, which was non-existent, like I didn't do it.
JetBlue 38. JetBlue 38 with you, 14.6, climbing flight level 180. JetBlue 38, climb to flight level 340, and enable flight direct to Bravo Tango Oscar. And climb to 340.
Okay, let's have a quick look at this before we get going. Heading of 072. I feel like we have the wrong departure in here. Even though that I think is correct. Oh, actually no, it's right. It's because we're zoomed out a bit. If I zoom in a bit. Yeah, okay. So that's all good. And I'm just going to leave it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit the autopilot when we get up there, because heading and speed mode are enabled. That will take us to 6,000, and I'm going to have to be really quick on the update for the altitude when they give us permission to go higher. So And let's check the flaps again, that have mysteriously, once again, reset themselves.
Contact control 124.1.
And I really don't know why that is.
24-1, W38, thank you.
And it did it again. The flaps are... Flaps keep fucking up. Again, something is messing with my flaps.
Reduce speed 200 knots.
200 knots, Delta 573.
And Delta 573, contact 1975.
1975, Delta 573, good day.
Flaps just fucked up again. Something is messing with my flaps here.
Amazonas 888, climb and maintain flight level 130.
Climb and maintain flight level 130 Amazonas 888.
Okay. Should increase our speed. We want to climb a bit slower. I want to climb at probably about 200 right now. Should be in
Right, 190 American 2546.
climb speed, and again, the flaps
Amazonas
went
888, turn right heading 102.
fucking
Then
crazy.
intercept course to Aspen as filed.
Heading 102 to a stop, then as filed Amazonas 888.
American 546, contact 121 decimal 2.
21 decimal 2 American 2546.
So now I have switched to heading mode because for some reason nav mode was not doing so hot for us here. Speed is good this time. Gotta keep an eye on those fucking flaps. It seems like every time I play with the throttle, the flaps move. It's weird. I might have to change my configuration for this particular airplane. Can I switch back to nav yet? Are you gonna get me on the right track there? I feel like nav has got a different... It should be the same waypoint, but that needle is pointed somewhere else. It's going to vectors. Oh, okay. Let's get this fixed. We want to go direct to ASTOP. There we go. Execute. Wow. What in the hell?
American 2546.
What's going on
maintain
here?
200 knots until Mavic. After Mavic, comply with the approach. Contact 1975.
1975 after Mavic, comply with the approach American 2546.
Amazonas 888, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210 Amazonas 888.
See, ordinarily, I can just reach over and dial the physical knob to change the altitude immediately and get it to do stuff. But because this doesn't work for this plane, I have to do it by hand, which is always more problematic.
47, descend out to 3000 and maintain 250 knots.
I am unclear as to what the autopilot is doing. I want to go direct ASTOP. Why is this other fucking point over there? Like... What is this? Why is that there? That's where I want to go. fuck it. We'll do it manually. Heading mode. ASDOP is at a heading of 073.
Hurricane 2547, contact approach control 121.2.
And then we're just going to go direct to UDIGI. We can probably speed up now to 250. Actually, at this point, we can climb at 290, I think, is the recommended climb speed here. We'll go with 250 for now. I'm keeping an eye on making sure that this here all still looks good. Let's check the flaps again. The flaps seem to be cooperating this time. I believe we would want to... That's back to...
That's
okay.
387. Good afternoon, radar contact via Baru 1 Papa 210.
Hey, Rumpo.
Delta 387, right?
You do have a fancy sub icon. Oh, no, you don't. I don't know why. Why don't you have a fancy sub icon? Is it because of the Amazon Prime one? That's all I can think of.
Amazonas 888 climb and maintain flight level 290.
Climb and maintain flight level 290 Amazonas 888.
United 16 for 124.1.
24.1.
Oh, why? What's happening? Why are we shaking? Boy. There was something fishy going on there again. Don't just... Oh, this zooming in shit. Oh, maybe that's a good question. I don't know, Rumpo. Right now I'm trying to figure out why my flight plan is all manner of weird.
Good afternoon, climb unrestricted to flight level 340. Climb unrestricted, flight level 340.
It also sounds like somebody forgot to close a window in here somehow. I'm really scared of pushing any of these buttons at the moment. Like, I have enabled nav mode again, but it is not seemingly wanting to follow.
JetBlue 38. JetBlue 38 with you, 14.6, climbing flight level 180. JetBlue 38, climb to flight level 340, and enable flight direct to Bravo Tango Oscar.
Does it say
Climb to 340.
UDIGI is over there? Oh, that's because it is. Okay, never mind. We will go with heading mode. We will turn towards this waypoint here, which is, I think, what we were supposed to do. We're almost at Mach 0.74. Hey, BJ. Yeah, it is a big plane, and it is an absolute nightmare. I have torn it apart twice in the sky, and I have had it break on me once completely somehow. So I think we have it licked now, sort of. Maybe.
Amazonas 888, you are off course. Turn left heading 006 to return to course.
Heading 006 Amazonas 888.
006. 006? Where do you want me to go? Okay. guess you do just want me to go to Digi. Okay. Okay, now we are going to have to watch our speed here, so never mind the course right now. Once we get to 0.73, look at it shaking. I don't know why it shakes like that.
Amazonas 888 turn left heading 006.
Heading 006 Amazonas 888.
Amazonas 888 climb and maintain flight level 350.
Climb and maintain flight level 350.
Too many fucking things happening all at once. 0350.
Contact control 14611.
Flight level 350. Okay, we're at flying at Mach 0.74, which should be okay. Now the heading, they wanted us to go a little bit further to the left. Half bank, because at these speeds the plane just kind of falls apart. It is a nice plane. It looks awesome. A lot of these systems in here are really cool. I have found it so far to be very difficult to fly, because if I've ever needed a co-pilot, it's this plane, because there's so many things going on. And none of my like physical button bindings aside from the throttle really work, so I have to do this all in the... I have to do it all with the mouse, essentially, which is a royal pain in the butt. But, we're climbing okay. Gonna have to watch the throttle once we get to our altitude here, so that we don't blow up again or fall apart. The first time around that I flew it, I don't know exactly what happened, but like the engines, they must have gotten screwed up in the weather I was flying through. Because I could just not, I got to 33,000 and then literally I could not get any higher. And I wasn't anywhere near the speed we're flying at now. We were stuck at like 0.5 Mach. And had all kinds of trouble trying to maintain altitude. The plane was angled like at an insane angle of attack, and it was just like, it was all around terrible. So now we are at our cruising altitude, so now I have to play with the throttles to make sure that we don't overspeed here.
American 2546, maintain 200 knots until Mavic. After Mavic, comply with the approach. Contact 1975.
1975 after Mavic, comply with the approach. American 2546.
So Mach 0.74 is where we want to be, so we're going too fast. And I just heard that sound, and that sound is the flaps going haywire. And I don't know why that's happening. That did not happen to me earlier. Something in there is messing up with it, so I really need to keep an eye on it, because it's no good to have the flaps get extended. See, and again, it happens when I do the throttle. Actually,
American 2547, descend out to 3000 and maintain 250 knots.
the good thing is I shouldn't really have to play with the throttle very much here.
American 2546.
Once I get speed where I want it. I mean, we're a little bit faster than 0.74, but it's close. It's close enough. It must. Well, the only thing I can suspect is that I don't know if you can see it, but usually I have this third lever here be my flaps, but for some reason it doesn't work well with this airplane. So I'm not using it. I'm just using the flaps button there.
21-2. Thanks, American.
But I wonder if, I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unassign it from this. That's really what I'm going to do. But I'm afraid to do it right now because I feel like going into the options a lot of times I have to set up a new profile.
Control, Delta 387, give the Barrow 1, Papa 35.
Delta 387, good afternoon, radar contact via Barrow 1, Papa 210,000, expect ILS Amy to the runway.
Delta 387, right?
We are actually flying a little bit slow. And that goes to flaps again. Yeah, there's definitely some weird interaction between the throttles and the flaps lever, which I can probably fix easily enough. Like, even if I have to completely unassign flaps functionality for the profile for this particular airplane, that would be fine. I can always do that manually, because you really only need to use flaps once or twice.
United 16, so 14.1.
4.1.
We don't technically need the landing lights on anymore. Let me see if I can switch safely to nav mode now that we are more or less back on track here for the course. Hopefully it won't mess with us too much. Looks like it's going to adjust just a little bit, but that should be fine.
Climb unrestricted, flight level 3.
Amazonas 888 contact Brasilia Center on 128.5. Enjoy your afternoon.
Center on 128.5 Amazonas 888. Center Amazonas 888 at flight level 350.
Amazonas 888 good afternoon. Squawk 3634.
Squawk 3634 Amazonas 888.
JetBlue 38. JetBlue 38 with you, 14.6, climbing flight level 180. JetBlue 38, flying to flight level 340, Alpha Naval Flight direct to Bravo Tango.
Amazonas 888 resume navigation.
Resume navigation Amazonas 888.
Full start. And climb to 340.
Well, this is certainly a better flight than the last 2 attempts, 3 attempts. So far, I'm at 2 of 5 stable flights where I've reached cruising altitude without major issues. Not a great percentage, but you know, it is a new plane. It is significantly more complex than the ones I have flown before. It's similar to the CJ4. That's the closest comparable. But the CJ, I don't know what it is about the CJ4 that seems less buggy. This one actually seems more buggy.
Amazonas 888 expect the WELI-2 Alpha arrival with the Cyril transition for the ILS approach to runway 11 left with the Lovela transition at Pres Jeselino Kubitskek International. After Edmund cleared direct Cyril.
Expect the Willy 2 Alpha arrival with the Cyril transition for the ILS approach to runway 11 left with the Lovela transition after Edmund cleared direct Cyril Amazonas 888.
Blue 30, now contact control 124.1. 24.1, JetBlue 30, JetBlue 38, thank you.
Reduce speed 200 knots.
200 knots, Delta 573.
Struggle Street Rumpo? No, right now it is pretty smooth sailing. So we will be coming up on our descent here, not in about 10 minutes or so. And we'll see. I'm sure that's going to be a disaster. I fully expect to break the plane on landing or on approach again, or somehow screw it up. But that's okay. I'm taking it as a learning experience. And so far the learning has been that a nice straight departure and being cleared to a high altitude would have been super helpful because it would have given me more time to adjust things. Mostly around the throttle, like managing altitude, angle of attack, and altitude, speed, and throttle all at the same time is a bit of a struggle. But now that we are up and going, it's fine.
Heading 190.
Right, 190.
Everything is good right now. We can have a sandwich. However, I do very much hope that we'll be able to have a nice approach with a proper landing and all that kind of jazz today. We'll see. I really like this little thing there. It tells me how much time to each of the next waypoints. Whalen. So Whalen is our arrival.
21.2.
We start our descent. You can actually see this. It's kind of neat. Whalen, we should be at 251, so we'll see if they tell us to descend at some point there. 14 minutes until we get that point. So sometime in the next 10 to 15 minutes is when we're going to start descending. And that's when things are going to get interesting again. Hopefully not too interesting, though. That's all I can say.
American 2546, maintain 200 knots until Mavic. After Mavic, comply with the approach. Contact 1975.
1975 after Mavic, comply with the approach, American 2546.
American 2547, descend out to 3000 and maintain 250 knots.
Center 13,000, 250 knots, American 2546.
American 2547, contact approach control 121.2 today.
21-2, thanks, American 2546.
There's our top of descent, so it's just past the 0 waypoint. Now this plane does not have a nice VNAV setting like the CJ4 does. This is going to be done with vertical speed, but my understanding is that the aircraft should tell us what vertical speed we should be at to hit the next waypoint at the proper altitude. So it's not quite as smart as the CJ4. And it's funny because this aircraft is really making me miss flying the CJ4. It really makes it obvious how great a job the working title team has done on the CJ4 mod. It's a lot less of a struggle, though I have a feeling it's just going to be a matter of practice. I'll see if I can keep flying this one for a while, depending on the length of the flights. It's a bit weird. This plane actually has less range than the CJ4. I'm guessing it's because it's bigger. But I'd like to get better at this one.
United 16 for 124.1.
24.1.
Amazonas 888 descend via the WELI-2A arrival with the Cyril transition to flight level 070 altimeter 3015 at Pres Juscelino Kubitskek International.
Descend via the Willy 2A arrival with the Cyril transition to flight level 070 altimeter 3015 Amazonas 888.
West 2599, good afternoon, climb unrestricted to flight level 340.
Climb unrestricted, flight level 340, Westhead 2599.
So, where do I see this now? Is it on the, I thought it was on the... Gotta check this video again real quick and see.
Just Blue 38. Blue 38 with you, 14-6, climbing flight level 180. Just Blue 38, flying to flight level 340, and enable flight direct to Bravo Tango Oscar. And climb to 340.
Well, we'll see what happens when we get to the top of the descent here and see if it's going to tell us the VNAV for that, or the vertical speed rather. I'm going to slow down a wee bit here. Also have to fix the flaps.
Contact control 14811. 241, JetBlue 30, JetBlue 38, thank you.
What I'm really hoping to see is that when we get to the top of the descent, like somewhere here, I'm hoping to see a negative vertical speed that I should be flying to make it down to 251 by that next waypoint, which seems really close. In fact, I'm going to start descending now.
Reduce speed 200 knots.
200 knots, Delta 573.
Oh, I think I see numbers start to appear. 2200. Oh no, that's the altitude level.
And Delta 573, contact 1975.
1975, Delta 573, good day.
Bye.
Well, I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna eyeball it. See if things show up at some point, or if I'm just not. Just don't remember. I would have to watch the video again to see how he got the VNAV stuff to appear somewhere. Just too bad. I'm just going to go with, I mean, pilot to ATC is going to tell me to descend, and I told it that I was going to be descending at 2,000 feet per minute, so I'm going to do it a little bit faster because I'd rather get low earlier. There's no mountains in the way here, so that's a good thing.
Right, 190 American 546.
I actually think I'm going to set the altitude back up to 251. That way I won't overshoot. I think I can also switch back to that speed. Oh, it did it automatically, maybe? I'm going to set the speed bug to 134, which is VREF. Okay, so that's good, because now I can actually see that I'm going to reach flight level 251 just ahead of that waypoint, which is where I want to be, and then after that we'll go to 130.
American 546, contact 121.2.
21.2, American 2546.
Back on the PC, so much better. Okay, we have made it to our first transition altitude of our flight plan here. We have to keep an eye on the speed here. As we level out. And once we pass Wayland, we're going to descend down to flight level 130. Oh yeah, chatting on an iPad, yeah, I can understand that. I really wish this plane had a nice VNAV like the CJ4, because it doesn't. It's a struggle. Somewhere it's supposed to tell me the V speeds that I should be flying at, but I don't remember where, and I don't have time right now to watch the video.
American 2546, maintain 200 knots until Mavic. After Mavic, comply with the approach. Contact
So we're just going to
1975.
eyeball it because we can.
After Mavic, comply with the approach, American 2546.
I'm just going to have this strange camera angle here, but this way I can see all the things that I need to see all in one screen. I just kind of pause my track IR. Okay, that's our changeover, so we need to get down to 13,000 feet rather. Okay, and we will go back into vertical speed. We'll go down. Let's start with 2.5.
47, descend out to 130,000 and maintain 250 knots.
Center 13,000, 250 knots, American 2546.
Whoa, we just sped up like a lot when we dropped the nose there. Flaps were screwing with us again. I'm actually going to go ahead and set this to 10,000 feet for the next waypoint already, because there's no restrictions along the way, so we can just do that.
121.2 today.
21.2, thanks, American 2550.
These flaps, man.
Control Delta 387, give the Barrow 1 Papa 35.
Delta 387, good afternoon, rated contact the upper 1 Papa to 10,000. Expect ILS aiming to the runway.
Delta 387, right.
Ooh. We just got clouds. Just trying to order some dinner here on approach. Okay, looks like we just made it through that though. Okay, we're gonna reach flight level 100 before that waypoint. That is good. After that, we want to be still at 100, flight level 100, and then it will be over. Like we were cleared all the way down to 7,000, but. Kind of thinking that I'm gonna set us down to let's see, where's our, I'm gonna have a peek over at the chart real quick for this. Where is our ILS capture point? At 6,200 at Dibub. 6,200, okay. They haven't cleared us to that, but I don't really care. I'm gonna set us to 6,200. That's the wrong direction, fuck. God damn it. And this is where shit goes sideways when this happens. I don't know what's happening. God damn.
Westjet 2599, good afternoon, climb unrestricted to flight level 340.
Climb unrestricted, flight level 340.
I want vertical speed mode. And this is where I'm stuck now. I'm stuck out of
Amazonas 888 contact Brasilia control on 129.72. Have a good afternoon.
You haven't see, this is where it breaks, and I've just fucking broken it. God fucking damn it, all because I clicked the wrong button in this stupid ass airplane. I'm so over that. Now it's broken because I am still in nav mode, but I'm stuck on altitude, and I cannot get back into vertical speed. Okay, now I can. Wow. But for a minute, I don't know if you saw me click it, or maybe it was because it was too close to the edge of the screen or something like that, but it was not
Continue descent via the
working.
2 Alpha arrival. For the ILS approach to runway 11 left with the Lovely transition Amazonas 888.
Man, oh man. Lovelah is our approach, okay. Well, I don't know why our speed is still being measured in Mach instead of
Tango Foxtrot, continue your descent, VFR in contact.
instead of knots at this point. Like I feel like we're low enough that it should have changed. Because that's probably also going to be a problem, kind of, but that's why I set the speed bug. So I'm just trying to keep an action on ground on our true airspeed, which is 278. So I've set it to points to flight level 62,
2598, contact the tower frequency 18.6.
which will get there in plenty of time. So that's good. Crisis averted, maybe.
Southwest 303, heading 230, and 9,000 feet.
Yes, sir, we're at 9,000 feet, heading 230.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why that hasn't changed. As soon as we get when we get a bit closer to Lovelah, we're going to activate approach mode.
Amazonas 888 altimeter 3015 cleared for the ILS approach to runway 11 left with the Lovelah transition at Pres Juscelino Kubitschek International.
Altimeter 3015 cleared for the ILS approach to runway 11 left with the Lovely Transition Amazonas 888.
Still stuck in Mach speed. I feel like that is a problem. Can I click on it? It's weird. Just now I'm not actually ever going to have like a real... There we go, now it's finally changed. Thank you. I guess that was 6,000 feet, must have been our transition altitude or something. Something.
Blue 38, throw 11 minor, that's 16, 19.6.
Okay, 196, Blue 38. Have a good day.
Yeah, I want to keep my speed over 200 here, still. I don't know how the shuffled music always goes to this, like, intense kind of spy thriller movie when I'm on an approach. But I don't think it's helping. How are things looking outside? Oh, I don't really like that angle of attack. Is that because... No, flaps are... See, that looks weird to me. That looks way too steep. And it is. It's got like... Yeah.
American 2546, 14.5, descending 1 tree down.
I don't know what it's doing with... This is the thing that happened earlier, too.
Speed to 20.
There's some weird shit happening here. I think it's because it's trying to get back up to the 6200, because we're below it. So it's the autopilot has raised the nose.
Amazonas 888 descend via the Lovely Transition to 6,500 feet.
Descend to 6,500 feet via the Lovely Transition. Amazonas 888.
Okay, we've got the speed under control, I think. I don't know why it's going up higher now. Like, look at that. It says it captured. There's something is still messed up. Like, we're climbing, and I don't know why. See what I don't know what the autopilot is doing here. It's got us in a nose up again. And it's climbing the airplane. Even though it says the altitude was captured, and now it seems to have realized it, and now it's going to descend us again. Like some weird yo-yoing bullshit.
Back to American
In fact, and now the flaps, okay, I didn't even touch a control.
Amazonas 888 slow to 250 knots or less.
Wilco Amazonas 888.
Amazonas 888 altimeter 3015 at Pres Juscelino Cubit Czech International Contact Tower on 118.1. Have a nice day.
This plane is possessed. I don't think I'll be flying this much more. I think I'm going to go back to the CJ4.
Amazonas 888.
Let's also switch back to Mach speed because we've gained altitude again somehow.
Tower Amazonas
I really don't know
888
why.
Inbound for ILS approach runway 11 left.
Amazonas 888 expedite speed reduction to 250 knots.
I'd love to reduce my speed, but I do not trust this freaking airplane.
Amazonas 888, good afternoon. Squawk 36
See, again, like,
continue ILS to
I'm happy to
runway
say that
11
it didn't do that last time. I don't know what these
Continue ILS
flaps
to runway
issues
11
are.
left will call when established on final Amazonas 888.
I don't know why it is banking so slowly either, though, to be honest. Like, it should be trying to get us turned around onto the localizer here. Yeah, I would not want to be a passenger aboard this ship. This ship might as well be a ship.
Say reduce minimum cleaning speed. Slow to minimum clean airspeed, Delta 481.
Peanuts everywhere. Yeah, it is a bit of a nightmare. And I have a feeling we're not going to capture a glide slope either here, even though it says that it is armed. And it says it has a localizer, so we'll see. I mean, it is aligning itself with this blue needle here, which should be the localizer. I don't trust the altimeter at all. I really don't trust any of these things. That, like, I don't know why. Like in the CJ4, things just work and make sense, and here everything is just wonky, and I don't trust anything. I think that is our runway over there, so at least we have a visual on it. Have we got a glide slope? Is that what's happening here? We've lost speed like crazy. There go our flaps again. I mean, I'll keep them on one level of flaps because that's fine now.
Good afternoon, Tower American 2547 ILS 25 right.
American 2547, good afternoon, runway 05 right, UNH
So the runway is at 4,900, so basically 5,000 feet.
Consider the approach 5 right.
Speed is...
right, American 547.
Like, I'm having to give it way too much speed here, too. But we're just gonna have to grind it out. And there goes the nose up again, like mad.
Left runway 5 right, wind 140 degrees at 129.
Clear to land 5 right, American 547.
Screw you, autopilot. The pitch is, the trim has gone 100% nose up again, which is of course crazy. So we're just gonna have to land this one by hand because the systems clearly don't work.
On Alpha contact ground 121.9er. Good day. Delta on Alpha contact ground ready.
I don't know what the altimeter is, it just keeps flashing at me, but it's gotta be 1315. The only good thing is I still have a flight director that seems to be working, but the system just does not follow the flight director, so...
For 9er 3 cross runway Bravo, expedite crossing the runway on Alpha, contact ground control 121.9er. Free luck, site, clear to cross at Bravo.
Flaps just moved on their own again.
Sync rate. Sync rate. 1,000.
Yeah.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. 500. Sync rate. Too low. Terrain.
Amazonas 888 with the 1548 knots cleared to land runway 11 left.
Clear to land runway 11 left, Amazonas 888.
Too low. Terrain.
Delta 387, 5 mile final.
Delta 387, wind 080 degrees 15 knots, 25, runway 07, cleared now.
Too low.
07, clear to land, Delta 387.
200. Too low. Flaps. Too low. Flaps. 100. Too low. Flaps. 50. 40. 30. Too low. Flaps.
Amazonas 888 exit runway when able.
Well, that was just a dangerous landing. At least we didn't break the frickin' airplane. That was all kinds of fucked up.
Delta 900, now 080 degrees 25, gusting 35, runway 07, clear to land. Runway 07, clear to land.
I really want to know if this is the issue. I think it is. I think this this control thing here that I had hidden, that's still active but doesn't work properly. It was like right in between, so it would keep triggering. That must have been what that was all about, because see, if I move this, it's like that first, it's supposed to be like this, but just a tiny little bit moves it all the notches. I think this is what the problem was with the flaps. That had nothing to do with the rest of this brake overheating.
Tower Southwest 122.
Had nothing to do with the rest of the problems with the autopilot, though. Because I don't know what the deal with that is, where it keeps trying to change the altitude there. It's really bizarre. I think I needed to... The only thing I can think of is I needed to change the altitude that I had dialed in to something lower so that it would have not tried to freak out. But we never captured a glide slope. So that was pretty rough. I think I will try this plane again now, because I have a feeling that a good part of this is just learning struggles. Are there no gates here? Apparently not. I'm gonna have to watch some video on the landings again. Check out Steve-O on YouTube, has a video of him flying a TBM 940. I saw that. I haven't watched the video, but I saw the thumbnail, like it was in my recommended list. Yes, I know the brakes. I burnt the brakes on landing because I don't think reverse thrusters were working either. I do actually want to check that. Yeah, see, I don't know what's going on with those. I'll have to check and see. I don't know exactly how reverse thrusters are supposed to work. That's not it. So I think it's just this. Shouldn't that then... I don't know, look at them going crazy. That's a good way to blow up the plane. I don't know what the fuck's happening here. Yeah, it is super glitchy when it comes to the throttles. Anyways, brakes have overheated. We have some spilled peanuts and very many spilled drinks in the back. I think we can now, though, try to shut off our engines. Turn our fuel pumps off. Turn all this stuff off. How does the engine actually shut? Oh, we have to lift this up and then put it in the shut-off position. There we go. Now, let's open all the doors, get the chuck blocks in place, let everybody get out. Take a nice photograph. And we'll call it a day. You know what? So this flight was it was significantly better than the first one in that we landed somewhat safely. It was still a manual landing because for some reason the autopilot was doing weird stuff, and I have not yet decided if that is my fault. I think the flaps were my fault because of this thing here. Next time I'm just going to leave it. It was all because I wanted to put this little, like the Honeycomb Bravo comes with these little rubber protector things to put over the stuff that you don't use. But it did mean that it was like right in the middle of an annoying position where, you know, it was, see, unless it's perfectly in the top, then it was fine, but if it was just a tiny bit here, I think it would keep moving. So I think what I'm going to do for next time, I'm just going to unassign this switch altogether for this airplane, and that will solve that problem. We won't have any more problems with the flaps. We'll just have to see what I can do about why the autopilot is landing so... why it does such weird stuff on landing. I don't understand that. I don't know what's behind that. There must be something behind that. I'm just looking at little nav map. According to the little nav map, there are gates way back there. Oh, the actual airport is ahead of us there. We went to the general aviation parking over here, so we didn't quite make it to the right gate. If you can see that in the little thing, we should have parked somewhere down here, but that's all right. That'll do it for now. I'm gonna go have some dinner now. And I might do another flight tomorrow. I would like to give this a try while I still have this fresh in my head, because I want to keep learning. So, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you guys later. Take care.
United 1088, 5 right, altimeter 3035, continue approach.